Hey everybody, we're back for another Carter Beauford Replica kit tour video. Last video I called this a replica-ish kit for various reasons, but today I'm going to go ahead and call it a replica kit. I made some certain upgrades that I said I wasn't going to make, and if you have an acute eye you'll kind of notice right off the bat a lot of major changes have been made. So hopefully this video is interesting and fun for you. It's really aimed toward just gear fans in general, obviously Dave Matthews Band and Carter Beauford fans alike, but I feel like any drum gear fan kind of appreciate what's going on here because Carter's kit is one of the most interesting, not only large, but just very interesting in how it's set up and how all the hardware is working with the drums and cymbals. So sit back and relax and we will go through the whole kit. Hopefully you enjoy. Thanks. So right off the bat, one of the biggest improvements, or the biggest changes rather, is the brand new, well they're not brand new, but the new tubs, the new drums themselves, the kick and the toms. These are Yamaha Recording Customs, and it's something I've always dreamed about owning, and I said, you know, someday in my life I'll own a set of these drums. The opportunity kind of came when I saw the listing for these on eBay, and I really couldn't resist, so my girlfriend and I drove all the way from Buffalo out to Connecticut, like 6.5 hours to meet up with another fellow drummer, Fran Moranti, who really was kind enough to basically give me this set. I mean, I paid for it, believe me, but I don't think I could ever sell these. So the fact that he was able to let these go, I was extremely lucky. So Fran, if you ever come across this video, thank you very much, and I hope you know that they're well loved. Now, guys, the special thing about these drums, and I'm going to show you a badge here, is they are not only recording customs, but their 20th anniversary one. See if I can grab it here. Yeah, 20th anniversary recording customs. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there's only 100 of these in the world. So the interesting thing about these is that obviously this is, I think 1996 was the 20th year, obviously used by Carter. Was just regular recording customs in piano black. Now these are in a finish called Purple Fade, which you can really see well on the kick, and it's gorgeous. And I was like, you know, I've always wanted black recording customs to kind of complete the replica, and I have black stage customs. They're actually over here, getting ready to be sold. But yeah, basically these. I got them, and they're dark enough where they kind of complete the replica look, but they are unique where they're my own. And one of the biggest things that I kind of learned was, you know, yeah, I love Carter, and I love kind of replicating the kit and playing the DMB tunes, but I'm not Carter, right? I'm me. So these are kind of an extension of myself and kind of expressing myself in my own way behind a kit that is heavily, I mean, 99% influenced by him besides the color of the drums. So I love them. They're absolutely gorgeous. 22 by 18-inch kick. I know Carter uses a 20 on a riser, 20-inch, but I just prefer a 22 just for other kind of gigs and other applications for this set. I can use a 22, and you know, it works well. It's not like anyone's going to notice. So I love the long hardware along the vertical plane of the drums around the actual shell themselves. It's just gorgeous. Has that classic look, and I love the depth that the drums have. It's kind of hard to see behind the hardware, which is new. We'll get to, but yeah, they are very deep. We have 8 by 8, which I just love the deeper drums. 10 by 9, 12 by 10, 14 by 12, and a 16 by 14 back there. We'll get a better view at it, and then obviously the kick as well. So. Major upgrade, and totally worth it, totally gorgeous, absolutely stunning. I've gotten compliments on them already, so I'm pretty excited about them. And next we will move on to the new hardware and rack system. Alright, so another huge change is the addition of the gorgeous Yamaha Hex Rack 2. I am a huge fan. I'm basically a fanboy of Yamaha hardware at this point. I talk a ton with Adam Parker, who has what you would call an exact replica of Carter's kit. Meaning, like, literally, if Carter changes, like, a cymbal, like, literally Adam will, like, change the cymbal with it. And I don't get that extreme, but the Hex Rack really completes the look of the modern Carter Beauford kit. He always had like a 1.5 inch tubing kind of around his toms. Like in the late 90s, you can see it. It's like a straight bar. You can Google these pictures. But now he has the hex rack, and it's kind of it's a very signature look. The kind of brushed look of the bars, and also the clamps as well. And then you have the chrome on the cymbal booms and extensions. Are really a different look, and I find it very, very modern. It looks strong as it is strong too, which I really like. And I plan on doing a review on this thing because it's freaking amazing. I mean, pricey, but holy crap, it's absolutely incredible. So we'll start over here on the floor tom side. Now, this is kind of a thing that Carter has had a signature look going on for a while. The double rack bar along the 14-inch tom and the 16-inch crash. Well, he actually has a different setup over here now, but anyways, this is just beautiful how it actually mounts. Like this whole thing, I mean, it's not going anywhere. Double mounted down to the second bar. Same thing with my 16-inch crash. Again, double mounted, double braced here and here, and it's not going anywhere. And the other thing this does, which I really like, is, I mean, I don't need to have this 16-inch double braced. 14, I like having double brace, but what it does for me is it strengthens this whole side of the drums, which holds up this China stack, which we'll get to, but this vertical leg is now reinforced where everything is kind of holding it very, very tight. And with the amount of weight that's up here, this tends to sag, even with how great this hardware is. So everything is mounted on these beautiful hex clamps, what they call them, and they all are memory locked with these. Even the bottom parts of the double braced arms as well. Even the wind chimes and wood blocks are also double braced just to reinforce this whole assembly over here. We come across the front. Again, all the toms are using the Yes suspension system all the way across, and they, I mean, the setup and takedown is so easy, and everything just locks in so effortlessly as you take down and set up, which is kind of key when you have a kit this big, because obviously when you're traveling with it, it is a pain to set up this thing night in, night out. So the whole assembly over here on the ride side is what I call it. We have the, again, just the the hex rack clamp going onto an LP Mini Everything, Latin Percussion Mini Everything, which is what he uses to hold his cowbell and jam block, and also the 8-inch splash Zil Bel and wedding bell, which, yes, I found a wedding bell, which was awesome. Again, over here, the ride is on the main foot. I used to have only 2 feet, one here and one out there, but now I have 3 on this side. And the ride is sturdy on a main foot, which I really like because it's not going anywhere, obviously. And the left side China is, or ride side China is actually double braced as well. Again, it reinforces everything all the way down to the ground, which I really, really enjoy. So what we'll do now is kind of hop around the back side of the kit and take a look back there of all the new changes. Guys, I wish I could kind of pull back more and give you a better view, but the iPhone doesn't really have a wide angle. But anyways, again, all new drums, but the coolest thing going on that we can see back here is this beautiful situation going on. So what this is a China stack. Now, Carter's China stack is not, the cymbals don't touch each other to make like a trashy sound. They're actually separated by a 4-inch stacker in there. But the two cymbals are a ZIldjian Oriental Classic China 22-inch, which this bad boy is rare. I lucked out with this. And then on top, we have the 20-inch Oriental Classic China. Now, it's easy enough to find the Oriental Trash Chinas, like which have the much smaller lip, and you know, it's a little bit different sound than these. These are the Classic, which have obviously a larger lip. They look more like a China cymbal in my opinion, but for many years, Carter had this 20-inch China on the bottom, and on the top he had a 18 or 19-inch. He had a 19-inch K-Dark, which I have over here. And I believe in 2002, Folsom Field, and I don't know what other years, but the Folsom Field album, he had a 22-inch Oriental Classic on the bottom and a 20-inch Trash on the top. So he did have this large of a stack at one point. It's absolutely nuts. And according to Adam, and according to what I've read in my own studies, if you will, is that this bottom china was actually meant to protect Boyd's ears, the violin player, because he stood next to the drums. Obviously, when they played in smaller clubs, Boyd would be very close, and I believe he would also use the bottom cymbal, obviously, with timpani mallets or soft mallets for swells at the beginning and end of songs, or just for an effect, if you will. Anyways, underneath that, we have the, obviously, the wind chimes, the wood blocks. I don't know if I had these last time that I showed you guys, but they're now here. Obviously, the toms going up, the 12 by 5 Latin percussion black nickel timbale, which I had, and a new snare. So we have a 14 by 6.5 Ludwig Black Beauty. Now, this snare drum is special because it's very close to what Carter was using in about 2014. So what I have is a die-cast tube on top, which I prefer to dry up the sound just a little bit, give a little more crack, but I keep the triple flange tube on the bottom to allow the drum to resonate a little bit more. And the other thing too is the tube lugs, which are only touching the drum shell in 2 spots, as opposed to what they call the Imperial Lugs, which are completely in contact with the shell. Now, in 2014, Carter was using this exact setup, but he had the Imperial Lugs. Now, I prefer tube lugs, so I'm going to kind of do that for my own enjoyment. But the nice thing about this is you get a nice crack for the beginning of songs, like, you know, Ants Marching has the snare drum hits, but for songs like Crash or Bartender, when there's like some marching beat going on in the snare, you want like that lush snare, you get a nice resonance with this flange tube on the bottom and the tube lugs as well. So again, just kind of experimenting with different things, and I noticed I really liked it. P86 throw-off, which has really nice engraving in it as well, and pretty damn silent. You don't hear the snares too much when you turn it on and off, which I really like. And speaking of snares, we have Puresound 30 strand snare wires under there, which really sound good with this drum. I was a little hesitant to get 30 wires under there, but they do sound nice. Lug locks, the snare drum lugs to keep it in tune, which I never knew existed until this drum shipped to me with them. And I was like, oh, cool. So, yeah, I have those now, which is great. Still rocking the 13-inch stage custom tom over here for what it's worth. Flat ride is more flat, literally, now, and the ride is still vertical, obviously. So I believe Adam Parker was telling me that Carter does this now so he can see the horns when he's playing live. So I don't have any horns over there, but, you know, get the idea. And we actually have a K EFX over here. I don't know what he's using over here. It's always kind of changing, but I like that. So I know there's more drums that go this way, but, like, you know, I don't have the room, and, like, I don't want to transport them. So it's pretty darn close. Now, the wedding bell is pretty sweet. I found this on Amazon for, like, 25 bucks, and I actually cut the handle off it, and my grandfather and I drilled the inside of it. Well, I'll show you a clip here. And then we actually tapped this so it fits the top. It's actually a cymbal topper, so this actually screws on to the stand, which is pretty cool. So it acts as a cymbal topper for that Zil Bel kind of situation going on there. So pretty damn sweet. Oh, new snare stands as well. All Yamaha hardware. I used to have a mix of like PDP and Tama stands, which I kind of rigged together. I'd never bought a snare stand in my life until I found these guys. So yeah, that was pretty cool to actually have a working snare stand. And guys, that's pretty much the whole tour. Hope you enjoyed. And again, this is not for everyone. This is just for gear fans. I know I love watching gear videos, so I just wanted to share with you guys the whole kit. Again, super unique. And basically the whole thing is that I'm using different elements from over the years. So the China stack isn't used anymore. He's using the 21-inch ultra hammered, which I don't use anymore because I just wanted the stack, and like he's not using it, but I am. And you know, he doesn't run 2 splashes up anymore, but I do. So again, it's his kit inspired, like heavily inspired, obviously, but my own kind of twists and my own takes from over the years kind of combined into my own drum set. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. New content hopefully coming soon, picking up some mics, as I said before. So anyways, guys, take it easy, and we will see you soon.